What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at what might be my last figure from this wave. I'm not 100% sure yet. I might pick up Chameleon, but for right now, we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Retro Card Spider-Man Collection Kaine. And I am very, very excited for this figure because this is a figure that I honestly never thought we were going to get. I'm a 90s kid. I born in the 90s, grew up in the 90s. And I love this kind of... This is just a 90s aesthetic to me. This screams 90s, and I love it. And with it being a part of the Clone Saga, as some of you may or may not know, not a popular storyline. A lot of people didn't really like it because there's a lot of trouble behind the scenes, a lot of mismanagement when it came to that story. It went on for way longer than it should have. But overall, as a generic idea, I do enjoy it, and I do like Kaine a lot. I almost called him Kaine. He's just this really cool, like he's a defective clone of Peter Parker that Miles Warren initially tried to do, and it didn't work out. So he kind of just went nuts, became this bad guy, and he's always torturing Ben Reilly. He was a really prominent villain during Ben Reilly's overture as Spider-Man. And I believe even now, Kaine is still around. I think he's the modern Scarlet Spider, but... yeah, I'm very excited to take a look at this figure and have him in my collection. And I'm going to stop talking, get him out of the packaging, and we're going to take a closer look at how cool this figure really is. Alright guys, and here is Kaine out of the packaging, and I love this figure. This figure is so cool. He looks great. He poses great. I'm so very excited to have him in the collection. He has very minimal accessories, as you can see. It's just these two hands right here. One kind of more like grabby, kind of splayed open hand, as you can see here, and then more of a kind of more relaxing, which I actually kind of like that sculpt. I wish they would give this to more figures. I almost feel like they should have given him two of these. Maybe that would have made more sense, but not really the biggest deal. The one probably complaint I would give this figure is, and it's not the biggest deal either. Well, there's kind of two, but one, it can't be helped. One's more of a nitpick. One is in terms of accessories. I would have liked it if we would have gotten like an alternate head sculpt that has the like scarred, unmasked face of the clone Peter Parker. That would have been a really cool display option and thing to add. Who knows? Maybe down the line, but again, it's not the biggest. It doesn't bother me that much. It's still a really, really cool figure. I mean, look at the sculpting on this thing. Like, all of that blue detail. All of that sculpted it in. They could have just painted that. But it's legitimately raised. That is so cool. I'm really, really happy that they sculpted everything. Not a ton on the back. I think that strap is on there. That's really cool. I just love this design. This design is just really, really cool. It's really different. It screams 90s, but I love it. I love that. And a lot of the paintwork, to be honest, there's a little bit here and there that might not be like completely perfect. Like, just kind of a tiny little miss right there, but for the most part, at least on my copy, how's that head look? There's maybe like minor imperfections, but for the most part, the painting on this figure, at least on my copy, looks really, really good. So I'm very, very, very happy with that. Now, for articulation, it's pretty basic for a Marvel Legend. This is kind of where the other, I guess, issue comes in, which is, like I said, more of a nitpick than anything else. And that's that when it comes to his head articulation, that's about... here, let me move up a little bit so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. That's about all you can get him looking back. If you engage the ab crunch a little bit, obviously you can do a little more. But because of the hair meeting this cape, it makes it really hard for him to look back. Now, you can take the cape off and put it on, and then his head will look back a little bit more. But again, it's still not a ton. But it's not the biggest deal. A lot of times with long-haired figures, that's kind of the case. And when he has a rubber cape on with that, it's going to make it a little bit... so it's not the worst. He can look down really far. So that's pretty good. In terms of, you can kind of rotate it. Kind of got to work for it a little bit, but you can go full 360. Forward back, there's a little bit of head wobble right there. Not the most, but it'll be enough to get you where you need to go. Arms can move out. Bicep swivel. Again, this is one where the cape does kind of hinder it a little bit, but it's still not the worst. Double bend at the elbow. All but the wrists have the forward and back hinge, rotate. He's got the old school like inverted like U-cut, so you can bend that far forward, bend that far back. He's got a waist swivel. Thighs can move forward. Can't really move back at all because he's got those glutes right there. They can splay out fully. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees as usual. Very standard kind of Marvel Legends fare. Feet can move down, move up, and you've got your ankle pivot. So in terms of articulation, a little bit of the arms and the head are hindered kind of by the design of the character, so you really can't hold it too much against the figure for that. And like I said, it gets you where you need to go. You'll still be able to get some really cool poses, whether you're taking pictures or just having him on your display. He's going to look really good regardless. All right, now for some size comparisons here, we have next to his other wave mates that I've reviewed so far, the Unlimited Spider-Man and the Agent Venom, and it looks like he's about the same height as the other two. I would kind of expect him to maybe be a little bit bigger, but again, not the biggest. I mean, he is a Peter Parker clone, so he should stand about as tall as Peter Parker. And he looks to be a little bit taller because of, you know, the hair kind of poofing up a little bit higher. But yeah, he looks good next to these guys. Here he is next to probably the best Spider-Man at the moment. Here he is next to the New Year Val Spider-Man. And yeah, they might be, they look like they're to be about the same height there too. Again, Kaine with the hair makes him look slightly taller. And then probably the most accurate or most appropriate comparison in terms of size. Here we have next to both versions of the guy whose life he is set on making miserable. We have both the... Whoops. Come on, Spidey. We have both the retro card versions of Ben Reilly. We have the Ben Reilly Sensational Spider-Man and the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. And these guys look very cool next to each other. This is just making my 90s baby heart is just so excited seeing these guys together. I am hoping, it's pretty inevitable, that we get a Ben Reilly Sensational Spider-Man, because this is one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes, like top 3, easy. I'm really hoping we get a pinless version of this, because you can see this is the most recent one we have, and he does have all the pins and everything showing. But with that whole Maximum Spider-Man figure coming out in a few months, I guarantee you we are going to see probably both of these guys in Maximum versions. So yeah, not a ton to really say about him. He's just a really cool figure. I like this figure a lot. I like this character a lot. I'm very excited and very happy to finally have him in my collection. I ended up picking up mine from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not 100% sure right now if they still have them. Check your local, like Walmarts, Targets, maybe, if you do want to pick him up. I definitely recommend this figure. If you're someone, again, like me, who maybe is a fan of the Clone Saga and just is a really big fan of this character, definitely pick him up. If you're someone who likes having unique figures and characters and designs on your figure shelf, pick him up. Or obviously, if you're just a diehard Spider-Man collector and you're trying to get all of them, all the different characters, you're definitely going to want to pick this up regardless. I cannot recommend this guy enough. I had a lot of fun posing him and taking pictures of him. I'll probably put a link to my Instagram in the description, where I'm going to have a bunch of pictures of him up there with, you know, on his own, fighting some of the other Spideys and whatnot. And yeah, that's about it for today. Feels like a little bit quicker of one, but like I said, this is just an easy, awesome W figure. Can't recommend him enough. He's so cool. He's fun to look at. He's fun to pose around. I like the colors. The colors are very, like, you have this like dark gray and then this blue and then the pink. It's a very interesting looking design, and it's going to look really great on your shelf, especially if you're a massive Spider-Man fan like I am. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great one. Thank you for watching. If you are so inclined to, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about the figure. But as for me, that's about it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love, everybody.